What's up, everyone? You were listening to the Rival and Queen podcast. My name is Ashley.
And I'm Sarah. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday, everyone. What a week it's been, Sarah.
We're back in the R&Q virtual studio. I'm like tucked in at home. I got balloons in the background, you know?
We've got Luvo in hand, our favorite wine in a can.
We're both
But
drinking.
we're drinking the same kind.
I know. The Muscat Mint. I needed a glass of wine tonight. I was really feeling like I don't actually drink wine most nights, but like tonight I was like, I really want this.
I always forget that the Luvo is colored like that, like slightly peachy
It's like
rosé.
pink.
It's so pretty. I'm drinking it out of a can, but YOLO. Yeah,
I
today
got a
was one of those
glass.
days. One of those days. I just got off the golf course, which was super beautiful, super fun. My friend Laura, I have to tell a story because you've been part of this in the past year.
Yes, tell this story and then I'm going to recap what happened to me.
So Laura, she's the best. Shout out if
Love
you're
her.
listening. But she couldn't find her phone during the
So sorry, just to start, you guys were golfing together this afternoon.
Yeah, we had just finished a round of golf, 9 holes on a Monday evening. Yes, we're recording this part a few days before. But anyway, so Laura couldn't find we were really pressed for time to get off the first hole. Like we were at 4:00 and it was like a couple minutes after 4. So we were in a rush to get out, and Laura was like, I don't know where my phone is or my purse. And she drove there, and Laura has a Tesla, so her car runs off her phone. So we're like, you must have it. It's probably tucked in your bag, your coat, your golf bag, somewhere. We'll find it. So anyways, we come back, we park the carts, we get in the car. And I had actually just jumped onto your Instagram live that you were doing with Jolene from last week on breathwork. And I hear a tap, tap on my window. And I look, and Laura's like, I can't start my car because I can't find my phone. So I drive around the parking lot thinking, I'll just call your phone because if it's in your car somewhere or in your bag,
Yeah.
it will ring.
How did she even get in her car? Okay. Anyways, you just keep
that
going. Ignore
come
my
up.
questions.
No, that's a very great question. So I go over, call her phone, and this lady answers and says she has it. And I'm thinking when this woman answers her phone that it fell to the cart or it's somewhere at the golf course, right? Maybe when she was getting in the cart, like he kind of checked in, she left it. No, this lady said her husband found it. So I hand it to Laura. And anyways, this man, Laura lives, I won't say where she lives, but she lives near kind of like
She lives in Bedford.
Yeah, and there's kind of like this bike trail near her house that the man was on a bike. I think specifically she said an e-bike, electric bike, and he found it in the middle of the road minutes from her home. So I said to Laura, it must have flown off the roof of your car because if you were able to start it and get off your property, but we're not quite sure that phone needs a GPS.
Also, second to that is the first week she got her Tesla, we went skiing together and then ended up stranded an hour outside of Halifax with no battery because the charging station, we like didn't plan the charging stations properly. And we did have one, but it happened to be broken. So we then ended up stranded in Truro in her brand new Tesla. So we love Laura.
You. I know. I love Laura.
We need to like strap the phone to her arm and like I don't know. But we're gonna have to put a locating device.
Well, she wants to get one of those tiles, I think, which I don't know much about.
We should buy one for her as a gift.
Great thinking. So we went to this man's house. He was so sweet, and Laura asked him, "What do you drink? I'm gonna drop you off with some beer this week." But the phone didn't even break. It was cracked, but it's one of those covers, right? So just the cover is broken. But anyways, you know what? All good. And we love her.
God love Laura and the Tesla, but the Tesla is like we haven't mentally got to the needs of the Tesla and having all the things ready to knock it. I feel like that would happen.
Do you know who else, and he'll be listening this week for sure, wouldn't be a good Tesla owner, would be Mark Boudreau.
Terrible Tesla owner.
Yeah, because he forgets his keys a lot as well. So I feel like, you
Well,
know,
and he is our producer for anyone new here listening. He once left his laptop on top of his car and, drove away and it went flying.
and some lovely stranger found it. But I did tell Laura that story. And then she said, Mark and I, yeah, we're the same. I can feel.
Yeah.
And I said, no, he wouldn't be a good Tesla owner as well. He would lose
The
his phone.
Tesla owners need to have all the things with them at all the time. Like you need to know where everything is at all times.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all for them. I still think we're a little too early for the electric vehicles in Atlantic Canada.
Mm-hmm. We need some more stations.
Stations.
That work. Anyways, no, I love that. It was a good adventure. It's a beautiful night. I'm happy to be home here with you, Sarah, and everyone else listening and having my Luvo and extra enjoying it today.
I know, but you know what? I kind of like adventures like that because honestly, there's like nothing you can do. You just have to go with it. And there's so few times where that like happens in our life when we have these like disruption, or it's probably because we don't have children.
Yeah, she has 3 small children, and God love her because her lock screen on her phone is Lawson and Oliver as babies. You know, when they get those first little infant photos taken, so
Yeah.
they're curled up together. And that's what I heard the person, because they were on speakerphone, say is that all we could see, because they couldn't unlock her phone, was this picture of these babies. And I said, oh, you had them hooked when they saw them, like this poor
They were like,
mom
this
lost her
sweet
phone.
mother.
Yeah. So funny. But yeah, I love Laura. She had chips in her bag. We flew home.
I kind of like those adventures. Like when we got stuck in Truro, I had a great time. I was like, you know what?
They're
There's nothing
unexpected.
I can do. Yeah. And you take it as it comes, It's kind of nice. You have to like give up control. It's a good feeling, I think, for us on occasion.
And what are friends for? To help you in those situations. And I'm happy I just didn't get home. And then she called and was like, I need some rescuing. But anyways, it was a fun
Laura,
adventure. Laura, we
thank you
love
for bringing more adventure into our lives. We love you.
Mm-hmm.
I want to tell you this very pointless story, but weird series of events that happened to me yesterday. I was driving, listening to music, and you know the song High Horse by Casey Musgraves? I've been very into it lately. Casey Musgrave, big fan.
Mm-hmm.
Such
She's
a
so
babe.
beautiful.
So beautiful, incredible voice, very smart, very funny. Like I enjoy just like all of her content online. She seems very cool. Anyways, I was listening to that song. One of the lines in it is like, so you think you're like John Wayne? And I was like, oh, you know what? I've never watched like a John Wayne country Western movie. And I was like, maybe I'll watch one tonight. Like I should. It's like, he's such an icon. We hear about him all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like such a
Lady
staple
Gaga
in
has a
cinema.
song about him too.
Well, so have you watched any John Wayne movies?
I feel like my parents, especially on Sundays, used to watch a lot of the old movies. Like I've probably seen one in passing, but I've never sat and watched one from start to finish. Not that I
Or
know
like
of.
for him. Yeah. And he's such an icon in cinema. So I thought like I used to work in television years ago and like in movies and stuff. So I have like sometimes an interest in it just for like the classics of like, I don't know, being aware of these things. So I kind of felt like a bit shameful and was like, you know what, I'm going to watch one. So I watched one last night and I feel like my father really liked Westerns, but for some reason, I don't think he ever got Jennifer and I convinced to watch them with him. So
Some are so good.
well, I've
Very
never seen
entertaining,
any.
Sarah.
Like I've seen
What?
zero. So do you have a favorite? Like tell me, please. Like I'll make a list.
No, but not long ago, I can't remember if it was here or at our cottage. One came on. I was flipping through the channels, it was on. And my friend Stacy, her dad loved Western. I think he used to read a lot of Western books as well. And for some reason, I just thought I should leave this movie on or whatever. Yeah, it was a movie, and just see what actually happens. Like, how does this story play out? What does it even look like? And they're silly. Some of them are very silly. You know, the boards, they're in a store or a restaurant, or what did they call them back in the day? Like the drinking, like a saloon. And this, they step on a floorboard and they fly up, and then a girl's shirt goes fly, like very silly. I don't know, but it was very entertaining. There was a love story. There was a lot of guns and shooting.
So
and
it
moves really quickly. Like things happen very quickly in movies. don't know. I thought it was entertaining. I don't know if I'd sit down and pick
Well,
that
so
to watch.
I'm like 3/4 of the way through right now, called Big Jake with
Okay.
John
Big
Wayne. I'm
Jake.
like, who are we talking about again? But it's older, so I do want to go back and watch one of his younger ones. But anyways, so I get on this tangent yesterday. Casey Musgrave gets me interested in John Wayne movies. I watch one, fine and dandy. I go to bed. I wake up at 2:10 in the morning having a full-on nightmare. Like, I have not had many nightmares, and what happened was this creepy man with a cowboy hat on was like following me. Like, I first was chatting to him outside of a bar. You were probably there, and I was like, oh yeah, nice enough guy, like all good. And I went on my merry way to another bar, came out, he was there. And then later in the night, I'm walking home by myself up Almond Street, which actually I don't often do that. I only usually do it if I used to walk home with our friend Dave. He lives, anyways, this is irrelevant. So I'm walking up that stretch, but it's a dark stretch. And this is why it was important, because I don't like walking up that strip of road by myself. And then he was behind me, and I was like, got this overwhelming sense. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to die. And then someone that I knew just pulled up in their car randomly, like not anyone close, someone random. And I just got
So
into
you
their
couldn't
car.
picture their face, like you couldn't see who that person was.
Who picked me up, or who the
saved
cowboy?
you? No, who saved you?
No, I do know who it was, but like, we'll
Okay.
save that for another story. And
tell me offline.
and then so I get in the car, and then I just like burst into tears because I was like, oh my God, I was about to be murdered. And I was like distressed. And then I get home, and I'm like, I have to live in Katie's room now with Katie. Like, there's no chance I'm staying anywhere by myself, because this
Was Katie
guy kept
home?
showing up in random places. Well, so here's my issue: is the person who like picked me up in the car then just left us at home. And then I was like, this isn't better. This man somehow knows how to find me, because he kept finding me all over the city. I mean, this was all, it's obviously a dream. It doesn't have to make sense. And then literally, I just like forevermore lived in Katie's bed. And for some reason, if she was there, I was safe, but he was still like coming into the house. And then literally by the end of it, I was like, I'm just going to have to move. But in my mind, I was like, Katie's going to be left at the house, and this man's going to show up.
Do you know what this means?
It was terrifying. I don't know what it means.
I know what it means, because you did your energy healing the other day. Your energy
Oh my
session.
gosh.
And I feel
there
like
was
this is
someone
a
from
part
the
of
Western.
it. I know. This is like when you told me like very briefly earlier. That's what I thought of.
Oh yeah. So for everyone listening, there's this woman in Halifax who I'm in love with. Well, I mean, I'm not in love with her, but I love her. I'm not in love with her, but I love her. Her name's Lisa. I mean, I love everyone. I love her so much. She's got such a nice energy. Her name's Lisa Malcolm, and she does energy healing. And I went for my 3rd session with her earlier last week. I forgot about this. It's one of my favorite things. I think I went like 6 months ago, but she told me, and we've talked about this. This is just like, I just share everything in the podcast now. This month has been like a month of deep healing for my heart. All these past relationships have come out and like cleared through breath work, through journaling, all these things. When I went and saw her, she was like, your energy is very clear. There's very little, but she's like, in your heart chakra. And I had one other, but she's like, in your heart chakra, you had in a past life. I mean, you just have to be along for this ride. Like for me, that I'm just along for the ride. If you're not in past lives, that's all good. And not that I am particularly, but like if someone tells me about it, I'm like, all right, sure. Like I'll go with it.
And specifically for this story, it's very relevant.
So she told me I was engaged. I had a fiance either in Southern or like Western America. And it was like,
Exactly.
she said he was like Western. A cowboy, actually. Exactly. Yeah, it was like in a West. You're right. And he was very abusive. And that I like left him or something in the end. But you're right, Ashley. I did not put that together. Maybe
I think you should stop watching Western movies. I don't think it's going to trigger things from your past life.
Do you know what? I've got about 20 minutes left, so I'm going to finish it. But you're right. But do you know what's interesting with these energy clearings is that usually whatever clears for like one day after, I'll like experience that emotion, kind of relive. So maybe that was it. Was just like reliving, getting away from the abusive fiance in a past life.
Oh my gosh. I think
to all of our listeners, I know you think I'm losing it, but I'm just open to everything.
I love that. I love that for you.
But I just thought it was funny because I was like, this all started from listening to Casey Musgraves, and then I'm having like nightmares at 2
About your past life
a.m.
lover.
of being chased by a cowboy. Oh my God, it was terrifying. Anyways, God love you. That was like the excitement. Okay. One other thing I wanted to talk to you about
Mm-hmm.
was we are back in lockdown in Nova Scotia. And I thought last year while we were in lockdown, one at-home project I did was rearrange my spice drawer. I
Mm-hmm.
did an okay job at that. Like you've seen it, it's organized somewhat.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, because it's the way the bottles lay in a specific order. Yeah.
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 But I was thinking maybe I'll have you over one afternoon and we'll do some drawers
No, we're
in
doing
the
everything.
kitchen.
Like, okay, I
We
just
can't
want
do
to.
everything. It would literally be impossible. There's 27 cupboards in our kitchen and only one is organized.
Do you know how many times I've moved, Sarah, and had to repack and unpack it? Okay, so it is a gift. It is, I don't
It
know
is a
if
gift.
people have guilty pleasures, but sometimes I have to put stuff away when I first move. And then I'm like, this doesn't feel right. It's not right. This isn't right. It doesn't make sense. And then I take everything out again and then I think about it. It's very strategic organizing. And you have to
Listen,
really think and you have to put stuff away and think, okay, this actually doesn't make sense. These things need to go here because I'll get more space there. Reorganize my front closets this weekend. And
you're
let
a
me tell you,
gifted organizer.
but you feel so good. And I can't wait to do your cupboards one day. I know that sounds
Well,
fucked,
I was
but
thinking this would be like my gift to you this
yes.
week or next
But
week.
you
We
have to
redo the cupboards.
commit. I remember helping Cheryl Kielbertowski, my sister-in-law, years ago. I've helped them a few times move here and there. But I remember helping her when she was my neighbor put stuff away and she was like, "You're really good at this." I know. I know.
I,
It's the only thing in life I feel like I'm just like naturally so good at.
you're
It
very good.
gives
When
me
you move,
pleasure. It's
I
weird.
know.
It's weird.
When Ashley moves, I don't help her. I mean, like I go and I watch you put things away, but
You
I
feed
just sit
me.
there. I feed you. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Well, how much time to do the kitchen do you think would we
An
have to
entire
commit?
day.
Okay, like 9 a.m. we start.
Yeah, and it's fun, but the key is for everyone out there listening, you really do have to take everything out and what you have to do,
Yeah.
things that are meant to go together need to be piled together and you make little piles and then you have to start to figure out sizing. Do I put all these rectangular dishes together because they'll stack or these circular ones and the height? You have to really anyways. You and Katie are going to feel like it's a new home.
Well, so we have to get Katie on board because this is Katie's home. And the other thing is,
Yes,
I don't think,
that's important.
I think too, it's just like we have such a massive amount of cover space that we're just wasteful with
There's
how we
going to be so
use
much
it.
space. I had to, so they're in my bubble, they're one household, but I had to take,
Yes, Ashley and I are bubbled together.
I washed a cheese platter or plate, whatever. And just the way it had to go back in with like the magic bullet compartments, I was like, this doesn't make any sense in my
Oh, I feel
brain.
bad. I hate when you have to get things in the cupboards at our place because I'm like, this is driving her nuts.
I flip at my mom's too. Like my mom's very clean and tidy, but she just doesn't care. She's more, you know how what's the word for you and Katie? You're just like, not go with the
Laissez
flow.
faire.
Yes,
Well,
thank you.
it's not even that. Like sometimes I'm particularly we just have so much stuff. And it's also like,
Yeah, but you're gonna have more space. This is the thing. When
okay,
things are reorganized, you'll have more space.
sure. I'm in.
Anyways,
Listen,
stay
we got to
tuned.
get Katie to buy in.
Follow.
I
I
think
mean, why would she say no? Katie,
she's
I hope
not
you're
going to
listening.
she's not going to let you do our storage cupboard. You know the cupboard that I'm talking
Oh
about.
yeah.
It's
No,
the
we won't
messy
go
one.
there.
We're not doing that one because that's a lost cause.
Once she
We've
sees what I
one
do with the
cupboard that's
kitchen,
massive and we
she's
just
gonna want me
pretend
to
it
keep
doesn't
going.
exist.
I know.
That's true. Okay,
Anyways,
so
I rest my case.
I think that should be this lockdown's home project.
Okay. I don't need
I
any home projects.
I would like to invite you over and help us if you're open to it.
Yay. Oh yeah. So much stuff's
As
gonna
my
get thrown out too.
as my gift to you. Listen, let's throw it out.
Well, you realize things are expired. Okay. When you start getting in the back of the cabinets, you're like, this is 3 years old. Anyway,
100%. All
in
right.
other news, Sarah, what's going on? Well, should we talk about our favorite things happening?
Yes. And I want to talk about one other thing, but
What's
it's
that?
like, well, first of all, it's Mother's Day on Sunday. So we just got to give a quick shout out to the mothers because we
Mhm.
love you. I also realized today, like, that most of the mothers I know now are our age, not like an older
Scary.
version. I know.
Mhm.
Cause normally I'm like, mothers. Okay. My mom, Ashley's mom. I was like, oh my gosh, like half of my friends are also mothers.
Most of our mothers or people are like around our mom's age are grandmothers now, Sarah.
Oh God, you're right, Ash. We better hop to it.
Yeah.
Uh,
I
now
mean,
that my
Jolene
now
did
that
say
my
it.
cowboy ex-lover's gone from
He's
my heart
cleared.
chakra,
Your
we'll
hero.
see.
I can't wait. I can't talk. I can't wait to hear who the hero was that came in and swooped
Oh,
you
stop.
up.
They weren't the hero. They then left me to be alone in the house.
Oh.
Um,
Yeah, shout out
but
to Susan and Catherine. We love you.
we love you and to all the other moms in
And
our
all the
life.
moms. Yes.
We love you
Amen.
guys. Gigi, I'm thinking of you. Britt, Caitlin. I
Laura,
think there's more.
Kara,
Laura, Kara. Oh my goodness. Nikki T. Oh
Stacy,
my
Nikki
God.
T.
We love the
Yeah.
moms. Robin too. Okay. So
Nikki
the only thing
Mina.
I want to tell you is, do you remember any weird Mother's Day gifts that you've ever given your mother?
I wouldn't say weird.
Oh,
No.
really?
No, I don't give weird gifts.
Oh, I love to give a good
I
weird
know
gift.
you do.
It's like my favorite thing. Like, I will spend more money. My like gift budget is extravagant because I want to spend,
No,
you
I
got to buy
know.
someone a real gift, but then I want to spend just as much money on a not real gift.
Oh, actually, one's coming to mind. I just remember. But usually I give my mom more sentimental things. And she always says, I'm so, oh, shit, sorry. That I have a daughter because Greg's still really nice with gifts, but I think differently. We're different. But I gave my mom and I, or sorry, Greg and I gave my mom a photo. We got our pictures taken because she like obsessed with family photos and we just never do them. And we held up a sign at Liam Hennessy's studio. He just had laying there. It wasn't part of the like the shoot, and it said fucking fantastic on it, and there's a big rainbow. So Greg and I held it and we're both laughing in the picture, and that's what we got other photos taken obviously as well, but we put that one in the card for my mom. And she burst out laughing. Like she thought it was hilarious, and thought it was just offside, but she loved it. But that's not really that weird.
No, I think that is amazing
And
and
I think Greg actually
incredible.
has it up in his apartment as a picture. I don't think my mom has it up in the house.
Oh my God. I need to write him and ask him for a copy of that. I think that's an amazing idea.
Yeah,
I love
funny.
that. I once got my mother. Do you remember these things? They were like a gadget, a clocky. Do you remember these things? They were alarm
No.
clocks on wheels that when it would go off, it would like roll off the table, the bedside table, onto the floor, like roll around, go under the bed, and it would make the most annoying sounds and basically
I've
force
never
you out
heard of
of
that.
bed. And then you'd have to chase it around. I once got my mother that because I thought it was hilarious. I was like, this is going to drive her nuts. I think this
And
is
she
great.
probably threw it out after a few times.
After like a year. Well, she never used it. I think I used to come home from university and set it
Said it. Yeah.
secretly in her room. And then so it would go off. And you
And the
can't
dogs would
like
be
ignore it.
barking.
Oh yeah. Anyways, I'm a nuisance, but mom, I love you. Oh, so fun. All right, Ash. Shall we do our favorites?
Yeah, let's do it.
Monthly faves. Who's ready? Do you want me to ask you the questions this month?
Sure.
Oh my God, let's do it.
Let's switch it up.
Right. Let's hop right in. Favorite song of the month.
So I had to look at my playlist because YouTube music, consolidates all the songs you listen to the most. But it's an old one. It's Drake, Hold On, We're Going Home. I
Oh,
loved that song when it came out, but now when it comes and I'm working, I'm like, yes, or driving, it makes me so amped. It's such a
you know
good
what?
one.
I love Drake. I really, really, really do. And
Same.
I haven't been listening to him when I've been running actually. So I'm going to stick that one right at the top of my playlist.
It's a mood
Love that.
booster. So good. What's yours?
Yes.
Casey Musgraves.
No, not after that whole affair. Um, although I do love Casey Musgraves. No, mine is recommended by you. So I've been running a lot outside. And so I've been enjoying like running songs quite a bit. I'm Not All Right by Loud Luxury is one, or Dance With Me by 112. You recommended
Oh,
that to me.
I know, but you know what? That's how well YouTube Music knows me. It came on my playlist, and now whenever I hear it, I'm like, this is the song I can just stop and dance to instantly. So
Oh,
good.
I know. I'm gonna put Drake on
What
my
was the
running
other one?
playlist.
Peaches and Cream. That's a
Oh
good
yeah,
one
Peaches
too.
and Cream, another, but not as good for running. Dance With Me
Mm,
is like a more upbeat, but I'm
Peaches and
with you.
Cream's a little more like, hey,
Sensual
yeah, like at the club,
at the club. We'll
whatever
put that
those
on our
are.
first club playlist. Pray. All right. Favorite food this month, Ash?
It has to be Sarah gifted me Mandy's salad. It's a chain or
Cookbook.
like a cookbook, yeah, out of Montreal. Um, and I actually have one in front of me because we've been testing out different salads and I love it. I just can't get enough because it's not boring. You're trying out like fun, delicious, interesting salads. Like there's nacho chips in this one. So I'm just gonna say like fun,
Oh.
bright, fun, tasty salads.
Ooh, I'm gonna try. So I ordered the cookbook because you raved about it, and I'm so stoked to see it and try some stuff in it. I feel like it's good for the summer. I'm in the mood. It's the season of salads.
And there's so many, like it's insane.
I agree. However, despite me just saying it's the season of salads, my favorite food this month right now, really just in the last 3 days, is homemade pasta.
I knew
And
you were
I've
gonna
gotten
say
back
that.
into making it. I know I made it for Katie's birthday, and like I just haven't
Laura,
been cooking a lot. Yeah.
but past no, Laura was asking me about it because she wants to get a pasta machine because she said her kids and Gavin love
It's so
pasta.
easy.
Yeah,
It's so easy.
it was
I mean, it
good.
takes time, especially if you're doing more than like one serving. But even sometimes if it's just for me, I'll make it on my own. And it's like, if you have the attachments, it's very easy, you
Mm-hmm.
know?
It was so
So
good.
that's what I'm into. It's like so good. I'm also very into Dairy Queen, although I'm very allergic, so I can't have any until
I was
July.
so jealous when you guys
This
had
is my
leftover
promise.
cake. What about for
I
my
know.
birthday?
Is that what you want for your birthday?
I don't know yet. I might want like multiple cakes.
Okay, listen, you tell me. We've got your birthday coming up in
Couple
2
weeks.
weeks and
Yeah.
1 day from when this episode comes out. So just start thinking about the birthday cake. We'll get there.
If people are
Um
listening and they want to just send cakes my way, just we'll try them all.
yeah, we accept birthday cakes here at Rival and Queen.
Oh, speaking of food, before we move on, did you see Sierra Burchell post the Chips Ahoy cookies with mini eggs?
I did. You sent it to me.
Yeah,
So
I feel
Sierra has been on our podcast. She's fabulous. She was a previous Miss Universe Canada. We love her.
I almost called her today. I said call Sarah Murphy, and it said call Sierra Burchell. I was like, no, very different.
Oh, you could have let it gone through. Would have been good. She's such a hoot. I love Sierra. We should go buy those though and try them out. Actually, I'm thinking
I
we
just know
should
you
start
like those
doing.
cookies, so
I love Chips Ahoy. My favorite store bought cookies. I only like two. Chips Ahoy Rainbow Chip-It, very
specific.
particularly specific. I know. I just
Petit-doo.
mixed up the words. And then also the Pepperidge Farm Sausalito. Very good. Those are the two that I recommend. I was also debating if we should start doing cookie reviews on our TikTok. It's just something to think about.
I'm down.
If anyone wants that, please DM us through Instagram
We're
and tell
coming
us.
out of COVID very carb and sugar heavy. Pasta, cookies,
I don't,
ice cream cake.
but I don't know that that's true. I'm not going back in. I did make cookies yesterday though, so that's not helpful. But I'm not going
They
back
were
to
good.
full
I
on
have to say
COVID
they
mode.
were
Were
really
they?
good. I did like it. I liked them better than the last ones you made.
Yeah, the last ones were the mini egg ones. I hated those.
Okay.
They're too
I'm just
sugary.
telling you.
So for everyone listening, Thomas Keller's cookie recipe, that's the good one. No, I'm in the best shape I've been in over a year and a half. We're not going downhill. We're staying fit.
I know,
Okay.
but I didn't work out today and that upsets me.
You golfed.
Is that workout? Is that a workout?
I don't know. When the option is not working out or golfing, I mean, I would say that you
I
got
was
fresh air.
active.
You were
Yeah.
active.
Okay.
What is your favorite product right now?
It's my golf mat. If you're
Mm.
watching our video on YouTube, which you should check out, I've got like a little, we can kind of see a little
Mini
putting green
pod.
mat and I'm obsessed. Like I just can't stop. I feel like everyone should buy one if you like to golf. So that's
Do
mine.
you, do you know what? I actually really like that too. I think that's
It's
a good,
fun. And it's
especially
good during the day because we're working from home just to take like a moment and even just do 3, 4, 5 putts and then just go back to your computer. I don't know.
I feel like your putting game is going to be on this summer. Like you're going
Well,
to, I mean, my putting game's terrible anyway, so you'll be better than me as
Kara,
always.
Kara, Kim, and I were saying that today that if we were a team, because she is really good, she's really good at getting
Distance.
her drive. Yeah, really good distance game, and mine putting and short game is better. So I attribute it to the golf mat. fifty
And then if
dollars.
anyone wants to partner with me who's mediocre
No,
at
I'm
both of
not
those
good. Like
things.
I feel like I've been playing terrible. Anyways, what's your favorite product, Sarah?
My favorite product this month, I'm going to say two things. So, one is my perfume from MAC. I have Velvet Teddy. I've been putting perfume on every day. And just while I'm like stuck at home or spending more time at home, I'm not really stuck at home. I can still go outside and walk around. Um, Being home, I love putting perfume on. It makes me feel like I'm getting ready. I don't know. I like it. So I'm
I
really into
always
that.
put perfume on.
Yeah, it's just like a nice little thing for myself. I'm also very into my animal spirit cards right now. They're just like fun. They
Love
bring
it.
me joy in the morning, you know? They're
That's
from the
good.
wild unknown, if anyone's interested. Ashley, favorite experience right now.
Mine, I wrote it down earlier when I was prepping, and it was homemade pasta the other day. I just felt like that was just like so lovely. So thank you. And thank
Oh,
you
you're
for
welcome.
Katie for having a birthday.
We celebrated Katie's birthday at the house. I made pasta for Ash and Katie. It was lovely.
I know. It
But it
was.
was
It was better than
nice.
going out for dinner. It was just like, yeah, the food was good and we just sat around, had some wine. It was nice.
It like nourished my soul. I actually felt like well, Katie and I stayed up till like 3 a.m. dancing alone in the kitchen.
Oh
It
my
just like
God.
gave me something I needed.
What's your favorite experience?
Okay, I've got two. I'm not doing a very good job. I've got two favorites of everything. So right
You
now,
can only pick one.
um,
No, I'm just
well,
kidding.
why deprive
Just
our listeners?
it it's our podcast. We can
I can do
do.
whatever
You
we
can give
want.
me 10. No, for the sake of time, you give us two.
Okay, so I'm really into running outside right now and doing that with Daisy because I'm loving it, just gets me out of the house. So
Mhm.
I'm really into taking my sister's poodle Daisy and going for runs or going for walks. It's just like makes my heart happy because it
And
gets me out
girl
of the
can
house.
run. Like Daisy can
Girl
run.
can run. She is like little Hot Wheels. Um, the
It's
other thing
funny.
that I'm really into is on Friday mornings at 9 a.m. on Instagram, Ash and I have been doing Waking Up with Rival and Queen, like just an Instagram live for a half hour. And I'm really
Yes,
loving it. Like I'm
tomorrow.
having so much fun.
I know. Are
Yeah.
you is there going to be a special guest tomorrow, Sarah?
Yeah, there's a special guest. Although, come to think of it, I asked them, but I think I'd had like a couple glasses of wine, so I'm not even sure that they responded. So I'm glad that you brought this up because I'm just going to confirm. But there is a
Do a
special
follow-up.
guest. Yeah,
Yay.
so
I can't wait.
some
Check
days
that
we
out
have a
tomorrow
special
morning.
guest. Yes,
9 a.m., baby.
on Instagram. Come on through. All right, Ash, before we wrap, we've got one last thing to share with people. Do you want to tell us what it is?
Yeah, so this Saturday, May 8th at 7:30 Atlantic time, we are doing a Rival and Queen 2.0 virtual wine tasting. We did it last May, early May with 75 people and it was lit.
It was
Like
a
actually,
wild party.
oh my gosh, the screen, just seeing all the grids of different people's faces in the chat was so fun. So we've sold a ton of tickets. Unfortunately, when everyone's listening to this now, you can't order the kits directly through Harvest Wines. You can still pick up the wines on your own and buy a BYOB ticket through rivalandqueen.com/events. And those are $10. So join us, pick up the wine that's listed on our Instagram and on the website, or you can just drink whatever
Show
you
up
have
as
at
you are.
home. Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't have the
Yeah.
wine, just drink whatever you have handy. But come for the party. It's going to be fun.
Allie from Luvo is going to guide us through a tasting. And then you and I will just do our usual nonsense here and have fun and maybe play some games and just see everyone's smiley faces.
It'll be good. I'm hoping that we get to 75 again or more.
I know. So join
I'm
us.
stoked.
Do it.
Yeah, as Ash said, get your tickets, rivalandqueen.com/events. We can't wait to see everyone there on Saturday.
I mean, you can't
And
do anything in Nova Scotia, basically anywhere in the country. So why not
come on
spend
out.
$10 and come for the fun?
Have the time of your life. I think it's the best party of lockdown. That's how I keep
I
that's
know
how I keep describing it.
we're gonna have to jam this weekend and really plan our playlist and amp it up.
Get ready.
Get amped.
All right, to everyone, we love you so, so, so much. Thank you for listening. If you enjoy this episode, subscribe, leave us a review, share it with a friend. We love all the love and support you can give us.
It means so much. And don't forget to reach out to us on Instagram or you can subscribe on our website as well, because we love hearing from people and what you guys want to hear about and who you want to hear from, because Sarah and I are very open-minded to getting and talking just about anything about anyone. Oh my God, I can talk. Talking about anything or to anyone.
We want them all. Like Pokemon. We want all the people.
Did they say that?
Well, they say gotta catch them all. So we'll catch them all. All right.
We
I
want
love
all
you.
the people, all the topics. Hashtag gotta catch them all.
Gotta catch them all.
We love you guys. We'll see you here. If we don't see you on Saturday, we'll see you next Thursday, right back here.